Hey guys, welcome back to Magic Monday. Thank you for joining me here tonight. I know there was some confusion maybe about what time we get started, but it is 9 p.m. Eastern every Monday, which is right now. This is 9 p.m. So thank you guys out there for joining and jumping in today to the comments because we're going to be talking about something important to me, and that is Oko. Oko is a just really good card that has recently released in the new set of Magic the Gathering. And for those of you who don't know much about Magic or don't really follow the Magic scene, every so often new sets are introduced, new cards come into play, and some of these cards are recognized as very, very powerful, and it kind of shifts the metagame. People start using some of these new cards in their decks, and over time, you might see some of the more powerful decks start to rise to the top, and you might start to see some of even like the best of the best cards from the format start to trickle into other types of gameplay, like modern and things like that. So what happened with Oko is this is a card that was released just a couple months ago, actually, right around the same time we started this live stream, and it is now making up like the majority of all the decks across every format. In fact, in the last couple tournaments, I think like out of the top 16 performing decks, like something like 12 of them were Oko decks, which for Magic the Gathering is absolutely absurd. It's become to a point where you almost have to play this card. And if you don't, you're probably just going to lose. In fact, in the most recent tournament, a lot of the decks that people thought, okay, well, this deck can win against this Oko food deck just got destroyed. So, why is Oko so good, and why is he kind of changing the metagame? So, let's take a look at this card for one thing. You guys might want to see this, actually see what this card looks like. Let me make sure I have somebody said I had my volume off before, so that wasn't great. Alright, so this is Oko. You can kind of see him there on my screen. I mean, look at this guy. For one, I'm never going to cosplay him, ever. Okay, but for one thing, he is a 3-drop Planeswalker, which means he can come into play on turn 3 if everything goes correctly. But he's also green. Green has a lot of mana acceleration. People have been able to get Oko out on turn 2. Now, if you look at Oko's abilities there, he comes in with 4 health, which means you can't just automatically burn him away with something. 4 health is pretty tough. And the turn he comes into play, he can create a food token, which gives him a +2 bonus, which is crazy. I mean, that is crazy, adding 2 counters to create a food token. Now, if you see right next to it, a food token can be used to sacrifice to gain life. Except Oko can turn artifacts or creatures into 3/3 elks, which is kind of insane, actually, when you think about it. You're basically turning your food into a 3/3 elk. And that's a +1 ability, so he's gaining loyalty counters as he's doing that. In fact, his -5 ability, the one that lets you exchange control, I don't think I've ever seen anyone really use that because his other abilities are so powerful, and these food cards, food tokens can come out frequently. I mean, there's cards that, like the Gilded Goose, that literally makes a food token for 2 mana. If you have Oko, you're basically making a 3/3 elk creature for 2 mana. Every single turn, you're just bringing out elk after elk after elk. Not only that, he can turn other creatures into 3/3 elks, which means if you have this giant creature, you play your questing beast, which is like a 4/4 with haste, death touch, everything, he can just turn it into a 3/3 elk. It's powerless. You have your big flying angel that is part of your win condition. Oko can turn it into a 3/3 elk, and then you can just kill it. Like anything, any creature or artifact that is a key part of your deck, he can basically dismantle that without any cost to himself. I know what they were thinking, like, oh, well, then you still have to deal with a 3/3 elk. Okay, well, dealing with a 3/3 elk versus dealing with your most powerful card, yeah, I'd rather just turn it into a 3/3 elk and block it with one of my giant creatures. Because green-blue has the potential to put out a lot of really strong creatures. And if you're making these elks every single turn, then you're putting a lot of pressure on the defender. It's very difficult for them to get anything started when they have to worry about removing or dealing with your elks. And by the time they can deal with Oko, you're probably going to play another Oko from your hand. So it is compoundingly difficult, and by the time he's done, the board is just crowded with these 3/3 elk tokens. And you've kind of seen the memes and the jokes going around about Oko. This is where it comes from, because he can just turn anything into an elk. I mean, the more I think about it, the more absurd it is that this card even made it past playtesting. Like, this is by far one of the most powerful cards that Magic has ever released. Now, I remember before this set came out, people kind of laughed about Oko, like, because he can create a food token, whatever. No one really understood how the meta was going to come into play, and the fact that there's no real easy way to deal with Oko. So what's happening, like I said, is that you're seeing him in every deck. In fact, when I play competitive, I'm high gold, which means I'm playing kind of, in the bigger leagues, which means I'm seeing Oko decks at least 60% of the time I'm playing against an Oko deck. And it's so frustrating because anything you try to do, he just stops. And the fact that he can stop this without having a cost to himself, meaning if you don't have any way of getting rid of him, he can just keep on doing that ability. It doesn't cost him anything. And it's just absurd. Turn 2 Oko means on turn 3 you get a 3/3 elk, and that just starts the chain. Nothing anyone can do about it. So obviously people are saying it's time to ban Oko. It's not necessarily that the card itself is broken. It's just unbalanced in this particular set because you can get it out on round 2. However, we're seeing Oko already in modern decks, which modern decks, look, you can play cards from way back in the day. So you can pull some of the most powerful cards. And these decks are kind of set in stone. There are just like some few key modern archetypes that you'll see, and yet everyone is actually changing those archetypes to bring Oko into those modern decks. That's crazy. For a card to be adapted into every format so quickly, it's just a really powerful card. And they have already banned it in Brawl. Brawl is a mode kind of like a Commander where you get to choose a Planeswalker and have it just be on the battlefield. They've banned Oko from that format, so you can't even use Oko for Brawl. But you can still play him in Standard. So the next set of bans are going to be coming out, I think, what is today, the 11th? So sometime in the next week or so, they're going to release a new ban list of cards that have been banned. They banned Fields of the Dead because Fields of the Dead was making up a large chunk of the decks. Now, this is all an attempt to bring balance to Magic and to make Magic more interesting to play and watch. It's not super interesting to go watch the top 8 when it's 8 Oko decks just seeing who can get their combos off the fastest. There's nothing really interesting about that, but that is what it is boiling down to, because it is absolutely silly not to play an Oko deck right now. It's actually kind of frustrating how silly it is not to. I even have one. I have an Oko deck because why not? You have to have one. So I think Magic or Wizards of the Coast is well aware of how people feel about Oko. They've heard the complaints from professional gamers. They've seen the memes. And now they're just kind of having a little fun with it, which makes me think that maybe they understand and they are potentially going to put Oko on the ban list. But they released a new format, and I think I'm gonna play that format tonight. And this is Oko's Madness. And there's a popular format, Momir's Madness, but Momir has been turned into a 3/3 elk, which I love it. I love that the elk is literally taped over the head of Momir here. It's a huge meta joke. I mean, if you're following what's going on, the fact that Wizards put this out here means to me that they are very aware of what is happening with this card. So this Oko's Madness is happening right now. You're basically going to use this card every turn. You can create cards, but creatures you control are elks. So it's just elks. It's interesting. We're gonna play this, and because we can still earn some things if we win. Like we can earn some cool alternate art cards. And if you remember last week, we got to earn a little bit of these through last week's festival. I did ultimately win all 5 matches and get all 5 of my alternate cards. This one I'm really excited about. That Murderous Rider is a great card, and that is an awesome looking alternate art. I mean, look at that thing. It's killer. So again, every time you enter Magic, you have an option of 2 different currencies you can spend. I just spend gems because you can generally end gems back. So you don't build a deck for this format. You literally just go in it with nothing. You're going to make creatures by using Oko. You're going to play Oko's whims every turn. So when I jump in here, you'll see exactly what I mean. This is kind of funny. I mean, I'm actually digging the idea of this format a lot. So, and look, all of our player icons are now elks. It's pretty clever. We are just elks now. I would love to hear in the comments as I'm playing through this match. I'd love to hear what you guys think about Oko. Have you been playing Oko? Have you been playing against Oko? Do you like it or not? So we'll see. So let's see what random creature I get in to play. That is also a 3/3 elk. So they still get their abilities, whatever abilities they would have normally had, but they're 3/3s and also elks. So that's awesome. This is a pretty cool format. I'm liking this format already. I'm not late, Pierre. It's 9:11 Eastern right now. We start at 9. I heard you say that earlier, and I mentioned it in the chat. But yeah, I mean, I started at 9 p.m. Eastern. Do I think it should be banned, or the cards that enable Oko? I mean, honestly, the thing about the cards that enable Oko is that they are interesting cards, and they are good in other situations. Like, the Gilded Goose is a good card for food decks, but Oko makes the food deck too good. Without Oko, you can make a food deck that's interesting, but not necessarily broken, if that makes sense. So let's see what's coming here. Again, this is crazy. So he is a Rhino Elk. So let's see if I want to attack here. I'm going to do my ability. Discard a land card to deal 3 damage to him. I got lucky getting Borobogamos, whatever. He is the leader of the Gruul clan of Ravnica, so. But the fact that I can discard a land to do 3 damage, that means I can kill any creature he's going to have. This format is completely random, by the way. There is nothing deterministic about this format at all. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Joseph is saying that he played this format earlier. It's a fun format. This is it's silly, but funny. It's just fun to kind of play through. But yeah, he milled through his entire deck, which you can do. So, yeah, I'm going to just keep doing this. Why not? Why not just destroy all his creatures with Borobogam? Man, that's a mouthful. Oh, and you can do this more than once per turn, too. Oh, that's great. That's great that you can do that more than once per turn. I didn't even realize that. But I'm going to really make them mad because I'm just going to keep on... I'm going to keep discarding lands and killing all his guys. He knows it too. He actually just quit because he saw exactly what I was doing. Like, I could just infinitely draw lands and infinitely do damage. That was like maybe the best card that I could have randomly gotten. Because it literally, when you use Oko in this format, he randomly gives you just a card, just a creature card. So, that was pretty funny. Sometimes it's better to concede, and I did get my fairy godmother. So that's nice. I've said it before. Sometimes it's better to concede than to play a game that you know you're going to lose. All right, so back to what we were saying. I honestly don't know. Nissa is another card. Nissa is another planeswalker that is often used in an Oko deck because Nissa can turn your lands into 3/3 creatures as well. Or no, it puts a 3/3 token onto your land, so it turns your land into a +3/+3 creature. However, what can happen is like Oko can then turn that land into an elk. That elk comes into play as a 3/3, already with 3/3 counters on there. So you have a 6/6 elk. Yeah, that was weird. You got a Crash of Rhinos? Does that card have banding? I mean, that is an old card. Alright, let's do this. Let's discard a card, see what I get. I'm not going to get that lucky this time, I know it. Yarok the Desecrated. That's pretty good. But we'll see what happens. If a permanent entering the battlefield that I control, okay. Except I have none of those abilities. Oh boy, that was rough. I'm in a tight spot here. I need to get something really strong out of this. You gotta discard these lands every time you do that. Alright, destroy target non-land permanent. That's pretty good. Let's just get rid of their flyer. That was a good guy, the Meteor Golem. Alright, let's do this again. See what we've got. But eventually you're going to run out of lands. That's why getting a card here that lets you get lands. Then you put 2+1/+1 counters on here. Oh, when he dies, proliferate. So he's going to keep adding 1/1 counters. That's pretty awesome. Now he can like triple block and oh my gosh, he's really making now. Look at this. He didn't attack. He's saving everything because he wants to block this Meteor Golem. And you know what? I'm actually okay with letting him do that. If he wants to waste everything on that Meteor Golem, that's fine. You got a Mirrodin Hover Guard. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, these are cards from all over. That's interesting. I didn't even think about that. He's like pulling cards from old sets even. You know what, that Oko, man, he's crazy. I have no gates, so that didn't do anything for me. Alright, let's just see what he does here. Llanowar Elves, that's nice. Yeah, I played Momir Basic, but I don't. Was that cards from every set ever made? I thought that was just cards from the current standard rotation, but I could be wrong. But I loved Momir Basic, and I love in Momir Basic you have to you pay it X amount of land, and you get X creature, whatever that creature is. So if you spend 3 mana, you get something that's a 3/3. Let's just block everything. But I'm not doing so good. He is doing better than I am. Except he didn't. Oh, he's out of cards. So once you're out of lands, you're just going to draw a land and you're going to get to play one thing a turn. What I'm hoping is to draw another creature that gives me lands. Like that lets me draw cards whenever I come to the play or something like that. That's not what I needed. But I'm actually going to be at a slight creature advantage. I don't know, man. Andrew is saying he didn't find this format very fun. It's silly. I mean, it's absolutely quit because I have so many more creatures than he does. It's silly, Andrew. Okay, by slight I mean massive creature advantage, yes. I had a massive creature advantage going into that next turn, and he knew it, so he just quit on me. I wish I could take credit for like a good play there. I mean, I guess I didn't block all of his creatures. Right, in actual moment, you're right. You had to think about how much to spend. I like to just play a couple turns actually spending 1 mana to get some Llanowar Elves because if you could get a Llanowar Elf in that format, you could be ahead of the mana curve. It was really nice. But yes, in this mode, you don't even have to think about it. You just play. It's kind of like a couple weeks ago, or maybe last week, they did an Omniscience draft, which Omniscience draft, you don't have to pay mana. You can just play creatures from your hand for free. And so everyone was drafting these high, expensive creatures, and everyone's just playing these high, expensive creatures. It's just a matter of who gets what first. What the heck? That's not good. This could be the death of me already. It's going to get +1/+1 for every land. This is rough. I need to get something that can deal with that, or that thing is just going to destroy me. Yeah. I'm taking a look at the comments here like you guys are talking about it. I think that format is actually very strategic. The actual basic Momir. Gosh dang, this thing's already 8. If I don't draw something on this turn that can save me this game, this thing is just going to grow more powerful as he plays lands and discards them. Which we're doing a lot of that. So... Scry, wow, I have lands coming. Surprise, surprise. If I don't draw something that can deal with that 8/8 right there, then it's... Well, I guess I could just block with everything. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I think I'm doomed here anyway. And yeah, like you're talking about, in the comments, you're talking about mono 3/3s. Now, there's like definitely a power difference. Even if something costs the same amount of mana, it's going to have a different effect based on what mana colors you have to spend. If you can use colorless to play it, I can't even do anything about that. It's a 10/10. I only have 9. That's game for me. I'm not even gonna try. If your thing is like, 2 colorless and a white versus something that costs 3 white, the 3 white is going to be stronger than the 2 colorless and the one white. I mean, that's generally a theme that you'll see repeated. The more of one type of mana, or if it costs like 2 green and 2 blue, it's probably going to be tougher than something that costs 3 colorless and 1 blue. But in the Mormir challenge, it doesn't matter. You spend 4 mana, you could get anything. So there is a randomness to it. Some people can draw really powerful mono creatures, and some people can just get something that is part of an engine or combo that you don't have the rest of that combo, so it's useless. It can happen. Joseph says, this format, the game is playing you. Yeah, I mean, it kind of feels that way. I'm probably not going to play through this entire format because this is only so interesting to watch. I'm probably going to bring out a little competitive tonight. I do have a new deck, I think, that you guys haven't seen. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under control, gain 1 life and draw a card. That's sick. That is sick for this format. It's going to be drawing cards endlessly. If I can't deal with that, again, I'm broken. Yeah, I mean, it's completely random, though. And I don't lose anything. Andrew, I was talking about that earlier. I'm also playing Sultai Food because as long as Oko is viable and hasn't been banned... Did he really just get both of these cards? Wow, he is having the best game here. Look at that. Right, I'm imagining that Oko is going to get banned within the week. We'll see. I mean, stranger things have happened. Maybe they'll just... Yeah, I know. Multani again. But maybe they'll just ban some of the mana ramp. So, yeah, I'm not able to do anything about this. Oko isn't banned. Andrew is volunteering to eat his shoe if Oko isn't banned. I might hold you up to that. But if he's not banned, I'll be too busy yelling at the sky. Great. I got a guy that boosts my enchantments. Hey, guess what? I don't have any enchantments. Wow. Alright, well, that's it for me, considering. Andrew says, I wouldn't be surprised if Once Upon a Time gets axed as well. Once Upon a Time is another powerful card that if you play it early, I think if it's the first card you play, you get to play it for free. It's a really powerful card. Alright, so that's Ogo's Madness. This format is not super exciting. It's actually super random. So, I've been playing around with this Super Friends deck that I really like. And so I'll play that today. I like Super Friends. Super Friends is just like a name for a deck that has a lot of Planeswalkers. And this deck has a lot of Planeswalkers, and I use Fires of Invention to kind of get these Planeswalkers out faster. Fires of Invention basically says as long as I have the mana to pay for something, I can play it. So as long as I have 5 mana, I can play a card that costs 5 mana without having to spend the mana. The drawback is that I can only play 2 cards a turn, but I can play 2 5-drops on turn 5, 2 6-drops on turn 6. And with this Fae of Wishes, I can actually search outside of the game for a card I want. So I really like this deck. So yeah, let's see what happens. Got my shock here, so it takes a few turns to get rolling. So if somebody has, this like a silly haste deck like this, then they might be okay. I don't want that Scorch Splitter hanging out there, so I'm gonna get rid of it. This might be a Cavalcade's deck, which I can beat with this. We'll see. Let's get to Fairy out there. Now, everyone hates this card, too. This is another Planeswalker that only costs 3. And each opponent can only cast spells when they cast a sorcery. Basically, no more instants. And he has this unique ability to return somebody to their hand. Which I'm going to do just to draw a card. Even though that puts him in very close danger of getting burned out. Or like killed right here. I don't actually care. Because I have 4 of him in my deck. So I'll get a new one.
Seen that coming.
So I'm not really concerned about that. However, I do wish that by this point, if I had drawn Fires of Invention, I'd be in great shape. So let me play the Royal Scion, basically sacrificing him. Because I really want to burn through my deck a little bit. So I'm going to draw a card
in the cold truth.
and discard a card. Let's get rid of this mountain. Basically, see, I have a lot of Planeswalkers in here that'll help me draw through my deck faster. Because I want to get to that Fires of Invention. Oh, this is a great little combo he's got going here. And they're probably going to go and destroy my Scion. That's fine. I'm just trying to get through my deck
back
fast.
To training?
That's the whole goal here. Let's see. This is not ideal. I love that Interplanar Beacon just gives me health. So, she's going to die. But what's happening is that while they're attacking my Planeswalkers, they're not attacking me. So I'm going to look at the top 4 cards in my deck. Okay,
keep an open mind.
Nothing. But this Time Wipe, I can cast this next turn and just kill all his guys. So that's pretty good. Still not getting that Fires. Sometimes I like to mulligan until I have that, but I don't know.
Hey,
Man, this would be really painful if you had
don't worry.
Cavalcades out.
I brought company.
Alright, let's see what he decides to do here. Comes at me. Because he knows everything he has is going to be destroyed. And that's fair. Yeah, look at that. He got me down to... That's pretty good. There's my Fires of Invention. Okay. So the first thing I'll do is play this. I'll play my Fires, and I get to play 1... So that counts as the first card of the turn. Now I get to play a card for free. I'm going to play Time Wipe. For everything he has. Get rid of all those pesky annoying creatures. And then let's just do this and grab a card.
Hone your prowess.
Flame Sweep, that's another good one. Deals 2 damage to all creatures. There's a better one, Deafening Clarion, but I have both of them in here. So you can kind of see how this deck works, right? Like, once you get this Fires out, I can, as long as I have the mana, I can play for it. Which means I can use this Fae of Wishes to fetch for something and play it on the same turn. And I definitely have some things to fetch that are going to make this guy a little upset. So let's see. Let's see what happens here. I'm getting pretty low on health though. So I do need something that's going to heal me. And this Spitfire scares me. And he's going to make 2 more elementals right now. At some point, he's going to make 2 elementals. Or he already did make the 2 elementals. I'm blind. He's going to attack me with the 2 elementals. I could have probably put this Fae of Wishes and just hard cast it. But let's see. But I'd rather summon something. So let's see what I can do. So I can use this right here. I can cast a non-creature card. Take a non-creature card from outside the game, which means my sideboard, and put it right into play. Now I have 6 mana, which means I can do almost anything that costs 6. Look, I've got Oko in here to hang out, which means I can put Garruk out. I like Garruk. Let's do that. Let's put him out. It's going to give me a life, and it's going to give me 2 wolves.
You're not scared of dogs,
I like those wolves. So, at least I can kind of block. I'm trailing. He got a bunch of hits off. I don't like how low in health I am. Yeah, I know. I'm dangerously low. I really don't like how low in health I am. Well, that's it. Nothing flying. I should have just gotten something that... Should have just killed that guy. I was too arrogant. Come to think of it, I have no idea why I didn't deal with that Spitfire. I knew what he could do with that. I just didn't do it for some reason. Oh, so my deck just took a little time to get off the ground. That wasn't great. But you know what? I'm going to go back into it. I'm going to see if I can do a better game this time. I'll probably go back and play that Oko. I'd like to hear what you guys, some of like the cool cards you guys got, because I didn't realize that he was drawing cards from other sets. That's crazy considering they had to program those into the game. Like, yeah, this is fun. What I do like about this deck is that you pretty much don't have to mulligan. I can mulligan and hope I get that Fires, but you can, really hurt yourself by mulliganing too much. Because I have 2 blue and I can get Narset out and start going through my deck a little faster. Oh, he's got the cool My Little Pony sleeves. You see that? That was, I'm thinking about getting them. It's like a charity event. You can donate to the charity and get little cool My Little Pony sleeves. I don't know that I will use them. But it's nice that you can do that. So, this time I might play my Fae. Depends on what kind of deck he has. Blue and white tells me he's probably playing some kind of control deck. Which means he's going to counter things, potentially. Countering things, it's annoying. Alright, let's see if I can draw that 5 eventually.
Mind and body.
Let's look at the top 4 cards. Is it one of them? No, it's not. But I do love this Planeswalker. He is maybe one of my favorite Planeswalkers. He just turns everyone into dragons, and he can do a lot of damage. It's pretty cool. I honestly don't know what this guy's... Obviously some artifacts here. I haven't seen this deck. Protection from multicolored, huh? I don't know. I don't know what he's got here. But protection from multicolored means I can't deal with it with Teferi or with Justice Strike. Let's see what I got.
Put thoughtfulness before
Nothing.
action.
So that's fine. I cycle through 4 cards. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to flat out play this one. I don't want him just attacking me willy-nilly every turn. And I can't Justice Strike him. I want to save that other Fave Wishes. So this is what I'm doing for right now. I don't know what else it's going to do. I see. So he's going heavy on these enchantments and things like that. Look at that. Already a 5/5 protection from multicolored. Nothing I can do about that creature right now. That's a cool idea. Again, he's going to go after my Planeswalker, though, because that's what the Planeswalkers are there for. They're going to kind of soak some damage. And,
I must train harder.
Give him another target until I can get my deck up and going. So, another Teferi. Unfortunately, I can't do anything to this guy.
I know
he has
my
protection from
responsibility.
multicolored. However, I can return this all that glitters and make him pay.
I am not making this up as I go.
That's about the best I can do. That's not a great punishment, but at least he's going to have to play that card again. So, yep. Another 5/5. Hopefully he'll attack my Planeswalker again. Look at all that damage they're soaking. Loving watching them soak damage.
It's only a matter of time.
Hey, Nerfenstein, thank you for popping in and saying hi. I'm glad to see you. I love when people drop in. Even if you're just saying hello and then, you know, dashing out of the way. Whatever you need to do. Alright,
I train
let's see what
every
I've got
day.
here. Top 4
No, I
cards.
have just the trick for this.
Okay, I'll take that. Not what I wanted. If only Justice Strike was not multicolored. Oh, I can't do anything about it. But again, he's going to probably attack her and keep soaking damage. I love it when they soak damage for me. But I don't know what else he's got planned here. Just playing more artifacts and pumping that Serpent up, I guess. Oh, another. Wow. Okay. Thing is, it doesn't have. Oh, it does have trample. Well, that's a problem. Well, let's see what he does with it. Is he going to come after me? He is going to come after me. This is actually okay. I'm just going to take it. It's not great. So, Flame Sweep. 3 damage. Yeah, that's not going to do the trick. Chandra can't kill him because he's a 10 right now. Man, I don't really know exactly how to deal with this thing. I have to play something that can... Okay, let's see what I got. I have to play something that can just straight up remove it. Well, this will help. So there's one of the cards I can play. Now, if I can survive this round, I might be able to do something.
With my sister by my side,
That protection from multicolored, I haven't thought about using that this way. Everything in my deck is multicolored. I don't know about you guys. I didn't even really think about that fact.
What is my strategy here?
So I could shock it for 2. So I could do 8 to it. That's not going to do anything. If he adds another one of those, all that glitters, that's it. Protection from multicolored. Oh, target creature can't be blocked this turn. Wow. I've never even thought about this. Never even thought about that being an issue. That like all my creature removal and everything in my deck is all multicolored. That's a really smart deck concept that he built there. I can't even say anything other than like to grudgingly admit that's genius. Right now everyone is using multicolored cards. I mean, we talked about Oko. We talked about, you know, a lot of the planeswalkers are multicolored. A lot of the creature removal right now is multicolored. It really encourages you to Play some mono cards. That was pretty great. Now, if I'd had that shock in play when he first came out onto the battlefield, it wouldn't have done. He wouldn't have had anything. So that would have been nice, but that isn't what happened. Oh well. Well, you know what? I'll win this one, hopefully. Oh great. Cavalcade deck. You know, not the end of the world. I could survive this. I mean, I have a lot of great cards for my hand. Yeah, there's 2 damage right off the bat when I can't do anything about it. But it's okay. I'm going to save that Flame Sweep.
I have practiced against hone your prowess.
Oh, I definitely want him. This guy is too good. If I'd had him out, just destroy target permanent that's 1 or more colors. And he himself is a colorless. So
I won't
nice.
forget our time
Smart.
together.
I see what he did there. However, I can use a table pass. I'm not really worried about myself right now. Now I can shock that thing out and still play Narset because I have the 2 blue and still draw cards.
My prowess is unmatched. Meditate and prepare.
I generally really like the way this deck works. It just varies based on the week, based on the match. You know, there's some things I could do like Flame Sweep. I don't love. I feel like maybe I can. There's probably some better cards. To
My
put there
mind
instead.
needs a rest.
And he's using all his mana to burn me out, which I'm actually kind of okay with. I have 4. This guy needs 5. So yes, I will actually pay the 2 life just to get him out.
Let us fight!
Alright, let's hope he doesn't have another burn spell. How many burn spells does he have? But either way, my dragon stays. Even if he can get rid of him, the dragon isn't going anywhere. Let's see what he's got. He's really thinking about it. Makes me wonder if he's debating between playing a creature or killing off my Sarkhan. I don't know. Yep,
The dragon does not lose!
He got me my dragon. And that annoying little lizard who will die the second he attacks me. You know what? I might just kill him. I don't even want to mess with it. I don't even. That was a waste of a card, but I really don't even want to mess with it. So I've got a lot of mana now, so I only have 3 actually. So never mind. I could just play the Fae of Wishes as a creature and attack as, you know, a 1/4 flying is still not bad. Like, that's nothing to laugh at, but I think I could get something better from my hand. Ooh, bunch of hasted elementals, okay. I'm just gonna burn another flame. That's why I saved that Flame Sweep. I bet he's getting pretty angry right now. Pretty angry. So this guy's interesting because he actually exiles the top card of my deck and turns it into a creature. And that means when this creature dies, I'll get that shock added to my hand. So theoretically, if I have a whole lot of these tokens out here and they all die at once, I just get a ton of creatures in my hand. So yeah. That was unfortunate, but
Curious tactic.
it doesn't really super matter to me because I have multiples of all these things. So, pop out another dragon.
You will feel the lick of my flame. Behold!
Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying this deck. It's not as reliable as the Soul Typhoon deck. Like, that deck is just, it's so good. And I was building one, but I mean, with Oko being banned in like a week, I don't know. If he's not banned, I'm going to invest more of my wild cards into finishing the deck up. But we'll see. Yeah, so those creatures are going to get killed just for attacking him, which is nice. I like when it's happening.
I will consume you. Listen to them roar.
Unfortunately, they still trigger Cavalcade.
I have lost.
If I had Teferi, I could get rid of that Cavalcade, but I haven't drawn him yet. Hey, look, there's my Fires of Invention. Excellent. And he quits as soon as he sees it. That's fair. I mean, who wouldn't quit, you know? So, if Oko is not banned next week when I do my deck building talk, we'll probably work around with an Oko deck. If not,
Everyone
I love this guy.
belongs
this guy's so
in a
great.
place that they can call home.
If I don't like to make the Oko deck, then I'll do something different. We'll make a different deck. Maybe we'll make a Knights deck. I don't know. I have one I'm currently tweaking. It's not where I want it to be. But, you know, you never know. So, alright, well, let's keep fighting through the ranks here. I want to see some interesting matches. I was hoping, like, last night when I played, I went up against, like, 4 Oko decks in a row. Here I have Fires of Invention in my starting hand, so... Nah, I can't really say no to that hand. And the second one. You know what? That's not great, but I have plenty of cards that cycle through and, like, tell me to discard a card, so having that extra one isn't huge. Oh, look, Once Upon a Time that Andrew was talking about. Yeah, that card sucks. So, green-red, maybe this is not Oko. That's a typical first turn play for an Oko deck. Because you get this Paradise Druid out, and he could play Oko potentially on turn 3. I don't like this Paradise Druid. I don't like that it has Hexproof. I can't use Justice Strike against it. So, might as well not even bother. Stupid question. This thing I could use Justice Strike. And I will. So I'll actually pay the 2 life. Just to use this stupid card and kill that Questing Beast. I don't like it. It's too much. It's really, really powerful. It has Vigilance, Death Touch, and Haste. It's a 4/4. Can't be blocked and does damage directly to Planeswalkers, which is kind of the bane of this deck. Man, what is going on here with all these giant hasted creatures? I'm not liking this deck he's got here. It's really good, actually. Get me down to 10 already on turn 4. Andrew, I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. There are things that I can draw that will save me.
The past, present, and put thoughtfulness before action.
Not exactly what I was thinking. What, so he can come with 6? Let's see what he's got. I'm probably dead. Like, that Questing Beast into the Hellkite. And this is Paradise Druid is what I was talking about with green getting some mana acceleration. They can start playing things faster. And he's going to give it haste. Oh my gosh. Nothing I can even do about this. Sometimes the luck of the draw. I know. What are you gonna do? I mean, when he plays the Questing Beast on turn 3, and the Hellcat on turn 4, I mean that Paradise, like anything that speeds up a green deck is already ridiculous. That's what somebody was asking earlier. They were saying, is it really Oko that's the problem, or is it the cards that assist Oko and help speed up the Oko deck? I don't know. There are a couple cards like that that can create mana for green, which. Green has always been known for mana generation, but the thing is, it's got these really powerful cards now. Ooh, this one only have 2 mana. I don't like only 2 mana. Still only 2. I can't mulligan again. So, let's just ditch one of these fires and hope that I draw some mana here. Okay, but like Questing Beast on turn 3. I mean, what do you have to deal with that? It's crazy. Green decks are just the decks to play right now. Everyone has a green deck. I mean, I'm not playing one, but I should be, honestly. It's making, I think it was like 67% of the format right now was green. Cards like this, like it's crazy how powerful they can be. So this time I think I am going to actually just play the Fae out there to act as a blocker, because it can block for me, keep me safe. I will have to turn this Fabled Passage into a land, probably a blue, because I got 2 blues down here. So we'll see what they do here. Now that they have this mana acceleration, if they play another land, that's 4. Okay, good. They didn't. They had the Fabled Passage. Yes, I know. They can bring out their giant 5/5 guy. However, this thing can only attack if they control a 1/1 creature. So if I can get rid of that human, then they can't do anything with the Lovestruck Beast. I don't know. We'll see what I can do. I have to get pretty lucky here. Alright, let's turn this Fabled Passage into a land. Let's see what happens. Another Fae. No lands. That's unfortunate.
The focused and disciplined encounter no obstacles. I have just the trick for this.
Alright, that's something I'm gonna win. If only I had the mana to play it. But they're gonna get that Lovestruck Beast one time. So that's not so bad. Yeah, I'm just tired of playing these green decks. Yeah, Noxious Grasp has become one of the most played cards because it can deal with green so effectively. Or you just play Sultai, right. I mean, that's it. Those are your options. Like, it's why the format has... I'm trying to do something a little more interesting because I don't want to just play the same cards over and over again. But the format is getting kind of boring. It really is. It's just getting kind of boring. So, I think that's a good reason why they're talking about banning. Green is a problem right now in general. Even the decks that weren't Oko food or Sultai food decks, it was still like Selesnya decks, which is green-white, like the one I'm playing right now, made up with the other portion of that. So it was pretty insane. Out of hundreds of decks, it was something like 60-something%, closer to 70%, were all green. Andrew says the games are still fun to play. I mean, they might be fun to play, but you're playing the same kind of decks over and over again. You're playing the same people, the same cards, the same everything. Sure, like the game is still fun. I still enjoy playing Magic, but the thing is that the format is supposed to feel fresh and unique, and it doesn't right now. So, ooh, he has the cool Order of Midnight skin. I have that too. I love that. Alright, well, here we go. Here's my 4th one, so I'll pay to play it because I want Fires of Invention out. Sure.
Under my instruction, you
We'll
will
see.
steer the course of destiny.
Draw a card, then discard a card. But I do want that 2/2 wizard, so
Join my cause.
goodbye to Fury. Even though I know he's going to play that stupid 5/5. He's got all these adventure cards hanging out up here. It's just... it's what to play right now. And I agree with Andrew. Yeah, there's Nissa, the one that turns the lands and the creatures and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada.
World.
The same deck that you're fighting again.
The land fights for us.
Right, this guy doesn't have Oko, which is actually kind of crazy to me that he's not playing Oko in this. Should be easy to beat. It depends on what happens. We'll see. Honestly, I haven't actually played against a full-on Oko deck yet tonight, but I did play that food deck. Yeah, you guys can attack it. I don't care about my planeswalkers. I've got plenty. I'm not even going to block. I'm gonna kill everything
I
he
will
owns
return
right
with
in a
even
second.
more disciples.
So we'll see what happens here. He's got nothing else to play. I don't know where that mana just came from. Doesn't matter, they're all dying. He should have thought about that, because he doesn't know I have this Fae of Wishes in my hand, which means I can summon any card from out of the game, which means I can... Ooh, I do like Nicol Bolas, but he only can destroy a target creature or planeswalker. He'll be next. But I'm going to time wipe. So... we're going to destroy everything. Yep, that's it. Hopefully that wasn't too anticlimactic. But he had a really good hand, or a really good setup going there. So, I don't mind using it to get rid of him. But let's see what he does next. Because I'm getting low on cards, and I haven't got my Royal Scion. And that lets me cycle through so I can get some of my better cards faster. And he's chewing the clock. Is he... I don't know what there is to think about. Oh, this guy sucks. He's gonna make me discard a card, probably.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Nissa is it's just, green is just so powerful right now. So powerful. It's okay, if I get another Fae of Wishes, I know exactly what I'm gonna do with it. I need to draw it. Let's see. Each player discards a card, loses a life, and draws a card. I don't know what he's going to choose. Each player discards a card. I'm fine with that. Well, this shock's not going to help me anyway. So let's see what I draw here. This draw could make or break me. If it was another Fae of Wishes, that would be awesome. No, it's another Fires of Invention, which does me nothing. I could theoretically put the Fae of Wishes out, return it back to my hand, and then call another card out with it, but I can't actually play that card. So I think I'm better off just playing Sarkhan to gain the life.
We begin!
And putting out a dragon so I can block some of these
Your
things.
end has arrived!
Granted, Sarkhan is dead anyway, and then I can put the Fae of Wishes out as a blocker. He's dead anyway, but... at least I have the dragon out and I can start chipping away at Nissa. I don't want her to get her 8 loyalty ability. I bet if he has another Murderous Rider in his deck. I'm just tired of green. Guys, I'm so tired of green decks. Wizards, hear me. Let's get something a little more interesting to play as. I actually miss the days when I played blue-white control. Now it's just all green decks. I don't know what he's doing.
The land shall conquer you.
Oh, nice.
Watch out. These woods are awful dark.
Yeah, that. But it put
Looks
Groove
like
down to
you
2.
weren't fit to survive.
But she's at 8, which is equally bad.
Come on!
Yes, I know, I have no dragons left. I'm in a really tight spot
Only
here.
human.
So, what do I do? Do I return the Fae of Wishes to my hand? If I can't get rid of Nissa, then it's all moot, because he's just going to make another 3/3 land. I don't know what to do. This is just damage to each creature. It's not going to do anything about their... Shoot. This is... I don't know what else to do, though. I'll kill everything. He's got 2 mana left. And neither one of these is forest. Oh, there's a forest. So his forest count is 2 mana. So technically he has 4 mana here. He's running out of creatures. I don't know what he's going to do here. I don't know what his plan is. I'm down to 10 health. He's got 1 card in his hand. Okay, whenever he can. Out of mana, but he's going to use Nissa probably. No, he didn't destroy her. Wow, okay.
We are the
Look at
apex
that. Already backed up in
predators.
1 turn. He produced that many creatures. Oh, that's exactly what I needed. Thank you. Alright, let's see what I can do to save my life now. Chandra can do it. So they won't get rid of that forest, but nothing else here is an elemental. Oh, I don't have enough mana to play Chandra. I didn't count. That's my bad. That is stupid. That's what happens when you don't look. And you don't count your mana. I'm actually embarrassed that this just is about to happen. So, sorry guys. I should have gotten something else that could have... In fact, I already know. It's over. All because I didn't count my mana. I didn't have enough mana to play. I don't know why I pulled her. Oh, what a shame. Like, I won like 8 games in a row last night with the same deck. So, the pressure of being live, it's a thing. Doesn't feel like it, but it is. Alright, so last thing we'll do really quick. I earned a pack today, so let's just open it. Well, let's see what we got. I will laugh if we got Ogo. So, I don't know. We'll see. Let's find out what it is. Oh no, but this guy is also awesome. And again, a lot of the cards that make the green deck really, really powerful right now. So, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you understand a little bit more of what we're talking about when we talk about Oko, why we think he needs to go away. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below because I'd love to get to them. Thank you guys for jumping in. It's always more fun when everyone's interacting with each other. I'd love to hear your thoughts. A lot of thoughts being shared in the comments today, but I want to know your thoughts about Oko. And then we'll come back in a week and we'll see. Maybe when I come back next Monday, he will have been banned. Or maybe not. It can be anybody's guess. But I think banned. I'm really thinking banned. But this is a really tight place for Wizards of the Coast to be in. So I think a lot of people are eagerly watching to see what's going to happen with this. So again, thank you guys. I will see you all next Monday. Take care.